What's in Stanley Ka Dabba?
What is in Stanley Ka Dabba? Stanley Ka Dabba जो है, Stanley के डब्बे में actually ये सब है. Not only this, about 170 Holy Family children, about 300 Besant Montessori school children. Their wonderful smiles are hidden in Stanley Ka Dabba. Then all those tiffin boxes that we talk about, which our mothers make for us. So it's not just the food that goes into it. It's the love that the mothers put along with the wonderful sandwiches and what do you have. That is in Stanley Ka Dabba. In Stanley Ka Dabba, you have friendships emerging from recesses. You have children standing up for one another when there are adversaries like Khadus. That all is in Stanley Ka Dabba. Also, Stanley Ka Dabba tables a very, very big issue. And that, of course, you will have to wait till you see the film.
Okay, and so if we talk about the process of filmmaking, like
Yes.
what I've heard, like you have gone totally without a script and it was unplanned basically. It was shot over the workshops and then...
It's not unplanned. Everything has a plan. What has been done is Mahabharat unplanned? No, of course not. It's a well-written script. But how was it passed on? Was it passed on through volumes? No, it was passed on orally. So India has a large amount of oral tradition. And I used the same thing. I had a locked script in 2008 called Stanley Ka Dabba. And I thought I will use it in theatre and cinema session it in a school, my own school. I went to Holy Family High School. I was there from the 2nd to the 7th, and many of my memories, which were hidden in those walls, I thought, let me reactivate them by going to the same place, to the same school, and offering a theatre and cinema session to the children of Holy Family for free, only for 4 hours with 2 recesses, only on Saturdays, not even Sundays. Because Sundays children should be with their parents. So in this process, for a year and a half, we've done Saturdays and vacation days, not more than 4 hours. That is very important. Why I have done this? That is to set an example. Because outside, in reality shows, in film shoots, in advertising shoots, nobody cares for children. There will be an animal welfare board man sitting there. It's mandatory if an animal is brought in for shoot. But when children are the subjects, nobody looks after them. Not even their parents. Their parents are so brutal and cash cowing them that they push them and push them and push them. And in an environment which is not a children's environment, it's a set. There are adults all around. So I chose a screenplay. I wrote a screenplay in such a way that the children are in their kingdom and we go into their kingdom. I took a camera as, maybe not as small as yours, but a little big, a still camera, a Canon 70, into this space. Non-intrusive, small little thingy, no lights, no jibs, no trolleys, tracks, no shit. As pristine as you can get with children, so that they don't feel intimidated, they don't feel that it's a shooting, that it's a session, it's a workshop. And from this continuity, Stanley Ka Dabba was created.
So sir, would you call it a film for children?
It is it's a simple film for the universal audience, in which a part of that audience are children. So it is something which will not be offensive to family viewing. It is at the same time bringing everybody from age 6 to age 160. Let's imagine a 160-year-old woman or man who has gone to school some part of his or her life. Then those memories which lay hidden in their own recesses will come alive when they see a film like this. So it's a film for everybody.
So what would you say? What is it that makes Stanley Ka Dabba so different?
I just gave you the full rundown in the beginning, that it is made with a political agenda of how to film children. That's one. The second thing, which is most important, is the issue in the film, which lays hidden unfortunately now. But you'll have to wait for the film to release and open for you to understand why I am saying this. So that's the second most important thing, because it is the corollary to the first. The third thing is the innocence of children and the naturalness of children, which has not been tampered with makeup or costume or lighting or cameras or any such thing. So it is pristine, almost like untouched childhood. I think 3 good reasons.
Yeah. And so how did Fox come into the picture?
Once my film was ready in terms of an offline edit, I opened it out for distribution. So that's when I showed it to Karan Johar and to Vishal Bhardwaj. Both of them at that initial stage fell madly in love with what they saw. Now that you have to ask them what they saw. But what emerged out of that is the role of a canvassing supporting filmmaker. So Karan brought in Fox and he brought in UTV and Disney, and Vishal brought in Eros and he brought in Balaji. So I actually had the good fortune of selecting the most benevolent and progressive distributor. So I went with Fox.
Okay. And so now that you have written, you have directed, you have acted, what is the closest thing to your heart?
Closest thing to my heart is to make a nice cup of tea in the morning and share it with the one I love. That's the closest thing to my heart.
That's a nice answer.